What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to season 2 on Danielle's podcast. Today we have guest Damon Nix. As we get into his exclusive interview, you guys are going to enjoy the deep conversations that we have regarding his past, present, and future. Here we go, you guys. Thanks. All right, welcome back, YouTube. I'm back again. We on season 2, and this time we got Damon. He is a high school classmate of mine from Illinois. So, Damon, you want to tell them about yourself? Tell them
What's
how
up?
we met.
I sure will. What's up, everybody? So, I'm Damon Nix. Me and Danielle, actually, we went to high school together. I didn't come there until like my sophomore year. So, I had to like get to know people. I vaguely remember Danielle. We were just laughing
Right.
about that.
Yes.
We graduated in 1996. Telling our age is cool. But I vaguely remember her. I remember seeing her in past, and she was always cool and nice, kind of how she is now. Kind of like the same
Yep.
thing.
You were saying you hung around Barry, right?
Barry, that's my best
Okay.
friend. So we
So,
still hang.
I think me and Barry had classes together.
Okay, could be, yeah. But me and Barry still hang to this day. So he's the godfather of my children. I'm a godfather of his. So yeah, we still hang. I
That's
know
crazy. You
it
guys
is.
never interacted in high school together, and
No,
then Facebook, social media, you guys, is
right.
what found us. So now that we grown and we went our separate ways and did our own things, I'm gonna give Damon the floor so he can give a little background about himself.
Oh, okay. I am a certified life coach. I became that probably about October last year. Certified for it. I guess my desire to do that kind of stems from I can go all the way back. I lost my mom when I was 14, which was like that's the most trauma and devastation I've ever faced in my life. So at that time, I had a lot of different emotions. I was angry, I was confused, I was scared, I was so many things. And of course, I was 14 years old, so processing emotions at that time, that was kind of foreign to me. But
Did did you come from a single household, or was you with both parents?
no, so it was just my mom. My mom and father weren't married, so but we lived with my grandparents. Kind of how it, kind of how it was for a lot of people at that time. Um, so after my mom's passing, my grandparents were still alive. I stayed with them, and then my aunt, my mom's younger sister, and her husband, they actually legally adopted me, which I'm forever grateful for that. Um, but like I was saying, I had so many different emotions, and I became introverted, like more. I was really introverted and quiet, and just kind of to myself, trying to just like I was just wondering why, why me, why me, why me. So that lasted for a couple of years. So I got to maybe like 18 or 19 years old, and I started to get more in tune with psychology. So I took psychology in college, and it kind of help you understand what you feel, kind of understand your emotions. I kind of started learning how to regulate my emotions a little better and things like that. All that ties into me wanting to be life coaching, because I've seen so many adolescents or people go through the same thing, and the outcomes were different than mine. They use their anger, and coping tactics were bad. They used it in ways that didn't really benefit them or anyone else. So I thank God for that.
Wow. So when you were 14 years old and your mom passed away, like, did you start like misbehaving, or you was
No,
just the same person but you just became quiet?
correct. I became introverted. So yeah, I wasn't. I didn't go that route, thankfully. But I've seen that
Right.
happen. So that's why I feel I'm so blessed. You know what I mean? And I know my family structure had a lot to do with that. Thank God. But yeah, I didn't go that way. I got real introverted and quiet. I kind of kept to myself a lot. I mean, people thought it was shyness. I guess it was a little bit of that too, but just trying to process things in a healthy way. I didn't know how to label it at the time, but that's what I was doing. I kind of like got into my shell.
Do you have
Just
siblings?
I am an only child of my mother's.
Wow.
So yeah, I know, but I got a ton of cousins. We're like brothers and sisters. So I never felt that type of loneliness from a sibling standpoint. But yeah, I'm an only child of my mom.
Wow. So yeah, that's hard. That's a closeness.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was very hard. That was devastation. But it also helped me to like other problems that I faced in life. I always use that to overcome things. I think that's like the epitome of that's like the worst thing that I ever had to go through.
Right.
And if I could make it through that, anything else comes my way is kind of minuscule compared to that. So I use that in that type of way to motivate me.
Wow. When did you start doing music? Like when did you realize that your talent was music?
So I come from a musical family. My mom, all her siblings, my grandfather. My grandfather was blind. He played guitar. My
Mm.
grandmother sang. All my aunts and uncles, they sing or play an instrument. All my cousins can sing. So I come from a musical family. I can't sing as well, but drums was like my first love. Used to play on my mom's pots and pans, man. And so
Oh,
she was like, we got to stop this. I got to cook. You know what I mean? So she put me in school, 6 years old. I started playing at church, and the rest is history, man.
oh my God. So you've been playing the drums from the age of 6?
Age of 6 years old, yes. Yeah, I used to get kicked off the drums, but I got better and better and better, and then it kind of just took off from there.
When you play the drums, do you like express your feelings through it? Do you sometimes feel that? It's
That's a good question.
a way of
I
expressing your feelings?
Yeah, yeah. There is some expression with your playing. That's the best. I think that should be always to every musician. I guess any instrument. You know what I mean? Expressing yourself through your playing or through your music. There's a professional side too, where you have to like if you're hired to do a job, you can't overplay.
Hmm.
But always, yeah, expression through your craft is top notch. So yeah, I would say that's all the time. And music is therapeutic for me. Drums because I'm a drummer, but music period has gotten me through so many times. Music is one of my top coping techniques, I guess I would say.
Hmm. I like how you put it. Don't overplay.
But at 17, I did my first gospel recording on my cousin's CD, and then kind of I did jingles before, kind of stuff like that. Playing for the gospel was my big thing, playing in church. And then, but I did club gigs, stuff like that. Started playing wedding gigs and stuff like that. So, yeah,
Who are your top 5 drummers?
my top five. Dennis Chambers. I like Vinny Colaiuta, Calvin Rogers, who's here in Chicago, who's a friend of mine. There's a guy named Josh Foster who I like. And then I have some of my closest friends who are some of my favorites. There's Ishmael Jones and Curtis McCautry and Charles Woodruff Jr., that's Kyle Brown. Those are like my brothers, so those are my favorites as well.
So y'all, so he's a singer. He plays the drums. He also has this great book that
Uh,
he was able to write his story.
Correct.
So y'all got to get this book. I'm gonna have the link at the bottom of my comments. So if
Cool.
y'all know more about him, about his chapter in this book, you got to get the book. I'm not gonna have him talk about it. I'm gonna have him talk
Some of
about
it.
some of it, but you got to get the book.
The
So
book. Get the book. Get the book.
the link is gonna be at the bottom. You gonna click on the link and get it.
There we go. Thank you, Danielle.
See. So tell the people about what made you write a chapter in this book.
So I was approached by a friend of mine who was actually the author of that book. So the book is about post divorce, and it has, because I'm divorced now, obviously. So it's about post divorce for different people, how that looks for different people. So my story is in there along with several others. So I just kind of talk about how life is post divorce, and it doesn't have to always be ugly. Me and my ex, we get along great, we co-parent great. So it's actually like my story is actually a good one. So you should get it and read it and check it out. So anyone who may be going through divorce, it'll definitely help. All those stories in there have like different perspectives and can actually help people that's going through it.
Right. And that's important to co-parent because I have 3 kids myself,
Right.
23, be 24, 20, soon to be 21. And then my
Right.
youngest is 13, which is going to be 14 in the next couple of weeks. So the co-parenting is really coming between now just my young one. And when you know how to
Okay.
co-parent, you know how to talk to each other, everything's
Yeah.
smoothly. It's like you don't have to break up and then
Right.
be mad or angry at each other
No.
end of the
No, it
day.
don't have to be like that.
Right.
Right.
It's not about us no more. It's about the kids.
Correct. I agree. I
So,
agree.
yeah. So, if you want to know more about what happened, y'all got to buy the
Get the
book.
book.
And I
Get
forget,
the
how much
book.
was it? It was only like, I think it wasn't even over $20.
No, it's less than $20. I forgot the price
Yeah.
and stuff, but yeah,
So,
it's less than
look,
$20. And
read it like you guys. I already got, like, that's the chapter it's in.
get it, get
That's
it, get
it.
it, get it, get it.
It was good. He goes in deep. He goes in.
Uh,
What age were you though when you got married? For the people that don't know.
so I was 28, I think. I think I was 28. I got married in 2005. I think I was 28. And I was married for 14 years. So three
Yeah.
beautiful children. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a part of my life's journey. We all have a story. That's a part
We
of my
do.
story. So yeah.
How old are your kids?
Oh, so my children are 20, about to be 21, 18, and then my daughter is 14.
See, he just like me, 2 boys, 1 girl.
Right, two boys, one girl. Yeah,
And spoil the heck out of that girl, huh?
I do. You see it,
That's
don't
how
you?
mine's very spoiled.
Right, you see it. Yeah,
So
yeah.
y'all, I mean, this brother is talented. So he can sing, he can play the drums.
I
He
wouldn't call
published
myself a
a
singer,
story.
but
He published a story in a book,
I did.
and it's just like he's talented, smart. He's a life coach. So we're gonna dive a little bit into the life coach first. So like what does that day look like for you as a life coach?
I have mental health therapists, which are a little different, and that may be on a higher level. But what I do is kind of like, because life gets complicated sometimes. So, you know what I mean? I just encourage, like, I'm not a relationship coach. I have some people coming to me and ask me about relationships. I
Right.
let them know I'm not a relationship coach, but my job is to get you back to you, believing in yourself and being true to who you are, your values and your principles. And that way you can make the decision about your relationship on your own.
Mm,
So I stay out of the relationship. I try to get you confident and back to you and loving yourself, but also having self love and self awareness. The two have to be together because I see a lot of self love and not self awareness, and that's less effective. So I try to encourage, you hold people accountable, but you have to be accountable as well. So all of this ties into that,
I
into
like
the
that.
life coaching thing. Thank you.
I love that. How do you
Yeah.
fit all into your schedule? Like life coach, musician, like dad.
Father, man. I don't know. It just seemed to work out, but I like it. You know what I mean? It keeps me productive. I won't even say busy because busy doesn't mean productive. I
Right.
know a lot of people are busy and not productive, but it's been productive. I learned to do it when my children were little. I did have to put a pause on things that I used to do because I used to play ball like every week. I would have rehearsals here and there. I had to stop some things when they were smaller, but when they got of age that I could take them with me, I started doing that. I
Oh,
kind of just I fit everything into my. I just made it fit. I can't even explain it. I just made it fit.
right. What are like your goals? What do you want your goals or your accomplishments to be for 2024?
For 2024, I really want to. I want my life coaching. I guess what would I call it? A business or whatever. I have a website coming, so
Okay.
keep a lookout for that. That's real soon. So I'll let Danielle know about that. But I want to get that going off the ground because being a positive. Um, I don't want to say influence, but having a positive impact on
Mm-hmm.
people's lives, it does something for me. So I kind of found my purpose and my passion. So I
Mm,
love to do that. So that's my goal for 2024. I guess even me, and it's like I'll never say like I've made it. It's something that you have to like do like every day, like self development, self growth. It's like an ongoing thing. It's
mm-hmm.
like when you're on a workout plan. You know, most trainers tell you it's a lifestyle. It's not just you know what I
Right.
mean. You can't do this for a couple of weeks. It's a lifestyle. So I want my lifestyle to be to be that self aware, and life is peaks and valleys as we know. So we
Right.
want to when the valleys come, we don't want to be, I guess, torn apart by them. You want
Right.
to kind of ride the waves of life instead of being tossed around by them. So
Right.
that's kind of
I
my thing.
like that, right? The waves. It's almost like, I mean, that's the way life is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be smooth. I mean,
No,
yeah, because then you'll never learn from it. You gotta be able to come
correct,
like a roadblock.
correct.
It's like, dang,
That's where character is built at.
right.
In some hard
Think about
times.
it. Yeah, you just
Right,
gotta stop and think about it. You gotta be cautious.
correct,
Like when you drive, you stopping at a stop sign, you look in both
right,
ways, then you proceed, or at a red light. It's just like that's how life is in general.
correct,
Like
right,
it's all caution, yielding, stopping, going.
right.
You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
I
right,
mean, sometimes you gotta run through it, but
right.
I look at life as a lesson.
Yes,
We go through it, and it's as a lesson that we can't regret what we went through.
right.
I had to learn that. Like I
Oh
will
yeah,
make a decision, and then I'll be like, "Dang, what would have happened if I would have did it that way?"
yeah, yeah.
Maybe I wasn't supposed to. Maybe I was supposed to take the long journey,
Right,
shortcut. Who
right.
knows?
And your perspective on it, that's how it should be. It's like you
Right,
growing through it instead of just going through it. Some people are still going through stuff and they'll forever be just going through if you're not growing through it. I know that sounds like a
right.
cliche,
No, or yes,
but you know what I'm saying? It's a serious thing, man. You
right,
can't keep going through the same thing over and over. That's like insanity. You know what I mean?
right.
You got to do something different for a different result. It was this person that they prayed to God for cake, right? So God, for a cake. Like they prayed for cake.
Mm-hmm.
So God gave them flour, eggs, milk, and
Mm,
ingredients for a cake. And they
mm,
like, God, what is this? So he's like, you asked for a cake. That means the work is now on you to do. You know what I
right.
mean? God can bless you with a cake sometime, but you got to do the work
Put the
sometime.
work
Like
in. You
that.
got to meet them halfway.
Correct.
That's why I tell
Correct. Correct.
people, be like they pray for things. It's like you got to be specific. What you pray for, number one.
Right. Right.
But sometimes it's not just given to you. I always ask people this: if you was to tell your 18-year-old self something, what would you tell your 18-year-old self?
I would tell my 18-year-old self that a lot of the pain and suffering that we go through, a lot of it is self-inflicted. I probably have to explain that. Um, what I mean by that is, like I said earlier, hard times will come. There's deaths in the family. Of course, I lost my mom, which is heartbreak. But you know, a lot of good things have come out of heartbreak, so that propelled me. So it's I guess in relationships, for instance. you have a bad breakup. There's a difference between heartbreak and then the bruising of the ego.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to know the difference. When your ego is bruised, if you take your ego out of a lot of things, your healing process goes a little quicker. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? But true heartbreak most of the time brings some great things, after it's done. Cause you get down to the true raw emotion. You take your ego out. You're not thinking about, I guess, some of the logistics, like, who this other person with, who they're seeing, stuff like that. You actually feel the raw emotion of heartbreak, and you turn that into triumph. That's kind of what I did. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would say to my 18-year-old self. Don't self inflict more pain. You know what I mean? Because life be life, man. You know what I
Yeah, it
mean?
does.
As they say, life be life, and don't add don't add to it. You know what I mean? Be cognitive about this. Emotional regulation is huge. All these things are huge. I didn't know this stuff when we were younger. We
Right,
didn't know
right.
how to label it. We had it, we experienced it, but we didn't know how to label it. But I got it now. So
See,
that's
we
what
have
I
to
would
do
say.
all of that to look back and be able to say that.
Yeah. So I'm instilling it in my children. So,
Mm-hmm.
it's important.
Wow, that was deep.
Yeah.
That was deep. That was
Yeah.
gonna be back. He gonna play the drums on the next one. Y'all gonna go out and get. You ain't even gotta go out. You just gonna click on the link.
Right. You just go on Amazon. It's on Amazon. It's on
See,
uh
Amazon. I know y'all shop on Amazon. You can't sit up
yeah,
here and say that you don't.
we
You do,
all do.
and you ain't even gotta be no member. You just click
Nope.
the link, and then you gonna still get the book fast. Okay.
Yeah, get it. It's some great stuff in there.
See, y'all gotta get it. Then he gonna be having his website. So once he get his
Yep, that's
website,
soon to
everything
come.
over,
Yes.
y'all will be able
Yep.
to click on their book and be able to ask questions.
Yep. Yep. I
And
love questions. I'm
there's
proud of
a
you.
lot of
Yep.
good
I love this.
of it. And then, like
Yep.
I say, my podcast is for people to come on here and let their voice be heard, let their experiences be shared. Like, there are so many people out there that's going through the same experience, and
Yep.
sometimes they just need to hear it from an outsider that
Yep.
is
I agree.
okay, you're not alone. Like,
Right. I
you
agree.
gonna get through it.
All of us are either in something, just came out of something, or going into something. All of us. So
And
none
that's
of
what
us are alone.
none
So
of us are alone. And some people just need to
yeah.
hear that you're not alone.
Yes. Yes.
So
You're
yes,
not alone. And I
that's
guess I don't want to tell anybody how to pray, but you
you got
praying for, if you pray to God for just take all my problems away, you kidding yourself. You know what I mean? But you pray for strength, because problems are inevitable. It's coming. I'm
bet
sorry.
we
It's
wasn't
coming.
promised that we wouldn't have problems. See, a lot of people think,
No.
like, oh my God, I believe in God, but ever since I believed in God, everything is happening to me. But that's because He's testing you to see
Yes.
how faithful you are. Like,
Right.
what, you love me today because I got you this, I got you that, I provided for you, but then you hate me tomorrow because now you can't, pay your bill, or your check
Right.
is short or whatever like that. Like,
Right.
it's just like with our parents or our grandparents or your aunt and uncle that raised you. They
Right.
provided for you, they cared for you, they gave you what
Right.
you needed. And then when you were old enough to take care of yourself, it was like, did you stop loving them then? Because now you're an
No.
adult, you got to go out here
Right.
and work and pay your own bills. And
Right. No,
like,
don't go
oh,
like
yeah,
that.
it's going to be okay. You're going to get
Right.
through it. I
Right.
mean, like you said, you got to work for it.
Yeah, you
But
do.
you
You
definitely
do.
work for it. And you just
Definitely.
pray about it, and it's gonna come. It may not come
Yeah.
when you want it, but it's
Right.
gonna come.
Yeah,
I
you
strongly
keep
believe it.
working towards it though. Yeah.
I strongly
It's
believe
progress, not perfection. So keep that in
right,
mind. Yeah.
right. And then sometimes people may not want to do what they know that they should be doing.
Oh, yeah, that's the discipline part, man. That's tough.
That's
That
the
that that was
obedience.
tough for me. Yeah, that's the discipline part. I mean, discipline is it's required. I'll
Hmm.
say that.
Yep.
But
Yep.
yeah,
It's
it's tough.
is you have to be disciplined. You have to be consistent.
All
Matt, I
day.
do want to thank you for being on the show.
Thank you. I
I
thank you too. I
totally
love what you're doing. I'm proud of you too.
thank you. Thank you. Y'all gonna work on getting this book. Y'all gonna work on waiting for his link to come out.
Uh-huh. The
And
website is coming, man. So
website is coming.
yeah, stay
And
tuned.
what is gonna be on your website, by the way?
So it's my life coaching website. You'll be able to book appointments. There's an intake form. You just fill out what you're going through, what you want to talk about. Everything's confidential, man. So, and I'm like an accountability partner. I'm there for you, man. Please come. You're safe. Like I'm safe. Like you told me, you're safe on this podcast. Same
Yes, this
thing.
podcast is a safe place. It's
Yeah, it's a safe place.
messy. It's not. Oh, I'm gonna get him on here. I'm gonna trap him. I'm gonna ask him questions. No,
Nah,
no, it's none of that.
right.
This is about
Nah, nah,
you. This
right,
is your time to shine. It's like an interview when you go on an interview and they asking questions about you. That's your
right,
time to shine.
right,
That's
right,
your time
right,
to
right,
say, "This is me. This is who I am. Let me tell you what I can do."
right.
This is who you
Yep,
are.
yep,
Who
yep,
you are.
yep.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. So you guys, I'm gonna keep you posted on Mr. Nick's accomplishments. And once I get that link, I'll forward it to you guys. And then I'm gonna leave the link for his book below. Click on that link, order the book.
True.
Peace.
All right, then.